Talk here with another video. And today we're going to be looking at the 2020 presidential election and what is the best and easiest way for Joe Biden to beat Donald Trump and the Republicans. So we're going to start off with the 2016 map and we're going to start expanding it to see what are the easiest ways and then where places that he can expand. So just to begin, I'm just going to say that the places that this election would be easiest for Joe Biden to win is the Midwest and parts of the Sun Belt. And honestly, I think one of his first shots to flip the presidency, I think, would be the state of Michigan. He already has big support in that state. Gretchen Whitmer is on his side, and Gretchen Whitmer is actually pretty popular with some people, but very unpopular with others. So looking at his way to win the presidency, I think Wisconsin as well. So the Rust Belt would be very important, and honestly, he does that, he wins the election. Now, looking at this map, why does he win in these states, and why is it that he has a nice chance of winning there? He's from Pennsylvania, technically, and that means, well, he was born there, and he's just from down in Delaware, which was originally part of Pennsylvania. Joe Biden has this appeal with working class voters that's very unseen of. And you see how he has worked with them with economic reopenings when it came to the 2008 financial crisis. You had the auto bailouts in 2010, and all these things come to show that he's very popular among Midwestern voters. So if Joe Biden's going to win by the minimum margin, I think this is where he's going to be doing it. Where does he expand a little bit? State of Arizona, I think, is his next expansion ground. So I'm gonna label all the expand states as the ones in likely margins. These are not going to be the margins you're going to go by, but this is just a way for you guys to visualize it. I think at this point, the two best states for Joe Biden to go and win by a little more than the bare minimum are Arizona and North Carolina. In the state of Arizona, you have growing Latino populations, but that's not really what's going to put him over the top. What is going to put him over the top is suburban voters. Guys, I want you guys to notice that Latinos are a big part of the country. There's a big majority of Latinos. But remember, not a majority of them can vote because a lot of them recently got to the United States. So yeah, a lot of them do vote, but a big majority don't vote. So all these changes are going to be felt when it comes to elections in a couple 10 years. And honestly, when it comes to 10 years, we might be seeing full Democratic or full Republican control. We do not know. So yeah, state of Arizona is a very interesting case. Again, want to expand a little more, that's a perfect state to do it. State of North Carolina, I think, is another state where Joe Biden, if he wants to win the presidency and wants to win it by a little more, I think this is a place he could expand. He has already a nice base in that state. African-American support is high during this election. And honestly, with all the tech booms and everything in the state of North Carolina, we could easily see a Biden victory in the state if he just really wants to expand. Now, the states in the lean margin, right? So the state of Ohio, state of Florida, and the state of Iowa, in my opinion, are three states that if Joe Biden wants to win the presidency and win big, have big margins, that is the state to do it. And along with this is Maine's 2nd congressional district and Nebraska's 2nd congressional district. If Joe Biden wants to find a way to win the presidency by bigger margins than ever, kind of mimic an Obama victory, right there he can do it. He would win places like Iowa, Ohio, and Florida, which have been trending Republican, my bad, but have been moving a little bit more Democratic as of the midterms. So for this reason, I think if Joe Biden puts enough effort and things like that, and he wants to win bigger and bigger, I think it would be in the states of Iowa, Ohio, and Florida that he would win. Now, I think that honestly, the most likely scenario amongst all of this is probably all the states that are in dark blue. All these extra states, they could happen, but there are a very lower and slimmer possibility of happening. Now, if Joe Biden's still not happy enough with that, he can go for states like Texas, and states like Georgia. Honestly, at this point, if Joe Biden's going to win by a blowout margin, it's going to be with Texas and Georgia. And honestly, this map shows effectively of how Joe Biden could win. 278 electoral votes if he wins only the states in deep blue. Then you have 278 plus 220 plus 26, which is 304 votes if he wins all those states plus North Carolina and Arizona. 55 electoral votes more, so it'll be 250 something, and we can even get to a 413 to 125 victory. Now, this is very unlikely. I think, again, the most likely scenario would be a scenario where Donald Trump carries all the states except maybe Arizona. This is going to be the most likely scenario, and I forgot to fill in those last two states. A 278 to 260. That's if he wants to go by bare minimum. Then if he wins Arizona and North Carolina, 304. He wins Iowa, Ohio, and Florida, 357, and Georgia and Texas, 411, and the two districts up there. So honestly, Joe Biden has a nice. That's the wrong district. Joe Biden has the nice chance of winning the presidency. He has many options to do it because look, he's going to have if this didn't work here, then I can go over there. If that didn't work over there, I can go here. And honestly, that's a big thing to have. You can say that one of the reasons that someone like Mitt Romney lost is because he thought he was going to win some swing states, but he didn't have the depth. Like, oh, I lost here. Where's my second plan? So I think the Biden campaign will be able to do something like that and be focused on these states. And honestly, they're going to be putting in a lot of work. And I think the best path for the Biden campaign for presidency is 278 as an entry path, as the slim majority that would kind of divide the country a little more. Then you keep on adding those states that we added, and that's how you get a bigger victory where you can get to landslide and even like blowout margins. So I'm going to be doing a video like this, but in Donald Trump's scenario, and instead of basing it off the 2016 election, I'm going to be basing it off the worst case scenario for him in the election. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did so, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Like and subscribe, and remember guys, when we reach 250 subscribers, we will be doing a giveaway, and we might even do one for 100 subscribers. So subscribe, and we're also working on a subscriber election night where you guys decide who wins the election. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and goodbye.